Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the performance of the TEQ Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks and how well he does in the Omega Shenron event. Now Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is pretty interesting, really good, but very interesting, because he basically, to cut a long story short, requires a little bit of key management depending on the situation. So how Gotenks works, which is super interesting, if Gotenks has 11 or under key, he gains an additional attack and defense of 100%. If he has 11 key, right, then he has 50% crit chance and also has an additional 50% damage reduction, which makes him quite tanky. Like, it makes him pretty tanky as a unit, really good as well. So yeah, definitely impressive. There's no doubt about that. Then on the other side of things, should he get 12 key, he will have an additional 33% evasion, and his base evasion is already 50%. So at 12 key he has 83% evasion, which I don't think I need to explain to you, but is a lot of evasion. So he's immediately pretty good. On the surface of things, attack stat wise, if you can manage to kind of balance that key, he can do anything between 13 and 15 million. And if you don't balance it, he can do around 8 million. And that's at 55%. So he's pretty solid. Obviously, starter turn defense is not the highest, but still pretty good. And his defense kind of explodes, actually, as a, upon super. Because he gets an additional 100% defense when performing a super attack. So that defense kind of explodes. It shoots up. He gets like a huge chunk of defense basically, and all of a sudden he becomes very strong. So a very good unit. Honestly speaking, I'm actually very impressed with how he does in terms of this specific fight. Omega Shenron, he handles it really well actually. He does a great job. He, generally speaking, doesn't have any major issues. He's a very strong unit. Very powerful. The strength phase isn't an issue to him. The tech phase obviously disables evasion, which can be a problem if you get 12 keys specifically. But if you are getting your 11 key, then he's perfectly fine in this phase as well. For the int phase, which would be his biggest test, his evasion really comes to the fore here, basically keeping him alive. But his damage reduction also means that he can take a hit, especially after super. So generally speaking, honestly, Gotenks is really quite good. I know it's not a surprise. I think a lot of people knew he was good, but he's really good, and especially with the changes they've made to Martian Brew Saga, I think he's incredibly good as a unit. So yeah, I was very impressed by him. Very impressed in general by his performance, especially in the int phase. I was quite impressed to see him do so well. And yeah, you can see here, he just evades everything. Like, he really does. It's not like meant in a funny way either. Like, he evades almost everything. 83% evasion. He can do some sick damage as well. So I think overall he's really good. And right now his partner, int Gotenks, is also very good. So you sit in a situation where you kind of have two very solid units together, and it's making like a very good run overall. So yeah, for me, Gotenks,